Hey guys, so I'm just going to talk to you about a recent vacation I had in the first or second week of August. But before I actually start talking about the actual vacation, I need to get out of the way that I'm a lame person, and I don't really like vacations because they require me to leave my home and go out and socialize. I'm sure if you're watching this video instead of being outside, you can relate. Anyway, to the story. My mom, dad, dog, yes the dog, my dad takes our dog everywhere, and I went to a nice little area which was small and quaint and in the countryside. We're going to be here from Sunday to Friday, so just a little under a full 7-day week. Now, as I've already said, I don't really enjoy leaving the house for vacational purposes, so I had low expectations. Plus, I was running on only 5 hours of sleep from binge watching 4 seasons straight of the Vampire Diaries for nearly 4 days straight, so I was tired to say the least. While driving to our destination, I realized I barely knew where we were actually going, to the point of not knowing what it even looked like, which then made me start to worry. Eventually, we finally arrived and I was hecka impressed. The place we were staying was located on a frickin' lake, and on top of it all, it was on a mountain. Haha, was that a pun? Now, I was told we were going to be on a mountain, but I didn't even realize how pretty it would be until we got there. You don't know how pretty mountains are until you actually go and see them for yourself. Trust me, go, it's beautiful. After my mom signed us in, we drove up to the actual building we were staying in, and it was being called a motel, and I have a bad history with motels, so I got worried again. Luckily, when we walked into our room, I was pleasantly surprised. The only weird thing I noticed kind of immediately was that the bathroom had no sink in it. It only had a sink on the outside in the main area, like, you know, where we sleep, but I've seen worse, so it didn't faze me all too much. So, I am an avid reader of fan fiction. I know, fan fiction gets a bad rap for all the smutty fics people produce, but you're forgetting the part of the group that writes the poetic or cute fics. Read some of the cute ones, and don't let the smutty ones deter you from reading something for the cuteness. And wow, okay, I'm really off topic. Let's get back to the story. So, 3 out of the 4 nights we were there, I stayed awake past 1 a.m. reading, oh god, how did I get here? Star vs. the Forces of Evil Tomko fics, and during the time reading, I noticed something real freaky. I looked up from my phone only to notice this creepy red light, and it turns out that was the fire alarm. And what made me so freaked out was that it reminded me of security cameras, and I felt that I was being watched. And nobody likes the feeling of being watched, especially while they sleep. Now don't worry, it was just in fact a smoke alarm and not a secret security camera. But one night I had to use the bathroom, but I had to walk past it in the pitch black of night, and I kind of just got this bad feeling in my gut. And usually when you have a feeling in your gut, whether it be good or bad, you know something's gonna go down. The next day, my mom, dad, and I decided to rent a boat, and I had actually never been on a boat before, and at first I was pretty against it for myself, but by the end I was having so much fun. At one point, my dad tried to make me drive it, but I'm a pretty skittish person, was like, no thanks, Dad. You and Mom can keep driving the boat, and I'll just be a passenger, thanks.
Busted, Dad. You're grounded for a week.
After the boat ride we did for freaking 2 hours, we decided to get dinner a little later on, and while on our way I started getting one of my infamous face skin reactions, so I had to take a Benadryl because it's the only thing that really helps. And for those of you who don't know, Benadryl actually makes you really, really sleepy. And while on our way back from the restaurant, the Benadryl kicked in at full speed and I started falling asleep in the car, but I was still awake, if that makes sense. But when we got back to the motel building, we see a whole group of people just standing outside. So we get out, and me being tired, I just wanted to go to sleep, but nope! The motel had other plans because the frickin' fire alarms were going off. What do you know? And I was like, are you kidding me? I just want to go to sleep. But while waiting outside, my mom goes over to the people just standing around and asks them what happened. And it turns out that the alarms just went off because most likely someone was smoking in one of the rooms because there wasn't any actual fire going on. I couldn't go to sleep for this shenanigans. Also, it boggles my mind that people in this day and age still smoke. Like, don't you know how bad it is for you? People die every single day from smoking. Ugh, kids, please don't smoke. It's extremely bad for you, and you will most likely die. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it's the truth. I don't like sugarcoating either. So, smoking is bad. Don't do it. And you know what? In the end, I was right about having bad feelings about that creepy smoke alarm. So yeah, that was an interesting trip, but I wouldn't trade the experience for the world because it was a real fun time.